Hey, shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? It's your brother Zamar with Dead Down Crown Thinking. I hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all blessed. Hope y'all been living, and walking in the ways of life. Alright. I also want to shout out Rafa Roots. Make sure y'all tap in with Rafa Roots. The link is going to be in the description. Make sure y'all tap into that Mighty Man bundle right there. Make sure y'all get that. Alright. But today, I just want to talk about PTSD and post-traumatic stress disorder. Alright. This is something that a lot of men face in general. Alright. You see this heavily in people who have been in heightened situations where they had to be in the state of fight and flight mode. Alright. This is a real thing, you know, and if you haven't experienced much situations that could put you in a space to understand, hopefully I can give the right perspective and analogies for you to be able to understand from what dynamic I'm coming from. Alright. Of course, I'm gonna always speak from my upbringing, from how I see things based on my experiences in my life. But maybe through what I express, through the principles of what I say, you can gain an understanding of where I'm coming from to be able to help you, to be able to perceive something on a greater level, and hopefully help somebody else that's going through situations and, you know, they need that guidance or just that aid. But again, via them crown thinking, you know, my goal is gonna always be to help shift the paradigm of my brothers first and the sisters to follow. You know, the whole point of this LLC is to create content. I got a book coming out soon. Be on the lookout for that. But it's to create content that's gonna shift the dimension in the way you think. Alright? It's gonna elevate your thoughts, give you a paradigm that signifies greatness. It's gonna signify royalty. Alright? It's gonna signify elevation. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I bring up, don't take it to heart, but get the principle. Because this is why this is even developed, off of principle. But anyways, this one from my brothers. I believe it is important for us to touch on topics like this because we need it. Alright? And sometimes the it is simply just knowing that somebody out there understands what you're going through or what you're dealing with because they were once there. Alright? And I'm going to explain for me how these situations in my life equated to me in the inside turning into a monster. Alright? Got to the point where I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror sometimes because I felt like it wasn't the person that I was. I felt like the conditions, the atmosphere that I was putting myself around, in some aspects choosing to be around because it felt the place to be at the time for whatever reasons that it was. This is the reality that I had to deal with. And the truth of the matter is, this is the reality that you see a lot of young men deal with. And I think sometimes coming off the wrong way to them is going to always push them towards that direction because that's the reason why they went that direction anyway. You know what I'm saying? They would have came to you if there was a space for them to come. Alright? And then that's not to say in every case some young men don't choose to just veer off the paths in which they were shown. But, you know, the brain and how our psychology works when it comes to stressful situations get tricky because you can't put rules into play if the practice of the rules haven't been implemented enough for that person to know how to respond in those type of situations. And a lot of times especially for young black men, you get exposed to situations that you don't know or don't even realize how you're going to come into situations that's going to challenge you. All right? So, bear with me. Now, with PTSD, you talking about somebody being in the aftermath of a stressful situation. And a lot of times, like I was saying at first, you expect a lot of these young black men to respond as if the standard was ever set for them. And that doesn't fix the problem. And I'm not saying this to bring this up to our elders. I'm saying this for the young men to understand that this is something that I had to get a grip on as well. And then what I'm saying is understanding how your brain works, understanding how you respond to situations and why you reacted the way you reacted, why you felt the way you felt. You know, I knew that it was things that made me upset. I knew it was things that triggered my post-traumatic stress responses to situations. I knew what it was that triggered it. But, you know, you'll be amazed to know that a lot of the outcomes that young men end up in, especially in the black community, when it comes down to detrimental situations, they've already thought out that this is the destination for me to be at. That's why a lot of them end up dead. That's why a lot of them end up shot. That's why a lot of them end up shooting people. This is why a lot of them end up in jail. This is why a lot of them you see selling drugs, because they sort of done already planned out that this is how my life gonna be. It start here. And the power of the mind is everything. The power of the mind is everything. Like, I was telling one of my brothers, I was like, man, you know, I'm really starting to understand how deep the heart get. And like, the heart is like water, like the ocean. Like, you can never get to the core of it. You can never get to the depth of the heart, because the heart is unsearchable. There's a scripture that says, I, the Most High, know the heart. He said, who can know it? This heart that we got can take you to some desperate, wicked places. All right? And you will never even perceive what's going on in the person's heart, because the heart get deep. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like, you know, a lot of times you need training to know how to navigate your heart, your soul, because that thing will drive you to places. It'll drive you to do things, you know, and your logic, you know what I'm saying? And when we talk about rules, you can't expect a lot of these young black men to walk like it's a rule set, because the rule ain't never been practiced. It ain't never been rehearsed. They ain't never been given the instruction to know how to build and do things. And then this is the thing that America has done to young black men. Check this out. Because a lot of the elders had to go through a lot of these things too, in their day, coming up. Imagine being put in places and being treated like you should know something when it was never taught to you. All right? And people would say things like the world don't work like that. And that's true. That's true. But that doesn't take away the significance of why a lot of our young men reject knowledge, reject ways for change. And young men, we gotta understand. And for those of y'all that's younger than me, cause I'm 28, you feel me? I guess I'm at that, you know, big brother status. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when I made up in my mind that, hey, if I had to take somebody's life to keep mine, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was a young man thinking, I'm gonna end up locked up. You know what I'm saying? I remember thinking, I can't trust nobody that's around me for real. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the thing about our culture, it's so broken. It's a broken, beautiful culture. However you want to look at it. Again, life is off of perspective. Perspective rules everything. So we'll take a lot of this pain that we done been through and we'll make glory out of it. You know what I'm saying? But these barriers that we've put up in our mental have to be examined. You know, I personally believe that all young black men, you know what I'm saying, especially if you teenager, you late 20s, and you in that type of lifestyle, I tell you, man, go take some time just to sit out, close your eyes, and think. I'm not even gonna use no big word like, you know, meditating or nothing like that. I'm gonna just say, bro, just go out and think. Just go out and think. Because a lot of times, you just lost. You just moving. And that thing don't stop till you end up realizing, bro, I've been living in fight and flight mode for so long because I told myself I ain't gonna never let nobody do me like this again. I heard a dude say, man, I seen my mom struggling to pay the bills. So I jumped off the porch and I started selling that sack. You know what I'm saying? I started making that money. And I made sure my family was straight. I thought that was crazy. And you just listen to the logic of that. My mama was struggling. So the same thing that took the presence of my mother away from me, I took the presence of a mother away from somebody else, or the presence of a father away from somebody else, through selling them the same product that my mother was taken from. Think about that, bro. Is that crown thinking? That's base. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this. Take the time to heal. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to heal. You should be thinking more thoughts on how much you want to live versus how much you're not trying to die. I remember being there too, where all I thought about was, bro, I'm gonna die like this, I'm gonna die like this, I'm gonna die like this. You know what I'm saying? And death is inevitable. It's gonna happen. But not the way it be happening to our community. It ain't gotta happen like that, man. It's time to take a reset. I got a favorite scripture, man. Psalms 119, verse 9. Wherewithal shall the young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed according to the word. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped away from the religious approach from it and just looking at that from the essence. Bro, you want to cleanse your ways, man. You want to be purified. Again, take some time to just think first. Before I tell you any other thing, bro, think. Because you ain't been thinking. That's why you're making the bad decisions that you're making. Listen, hear, focus, and then you gonna start seeing, bro, I could have did this better. You know one thing I regretted so bad, man? I hated the fact that when I finally woke up to, like it's like, I woke up out of my sleep and I hated the fact that I disrespected my mother. You know what I'm saying? And it was a journey for me to get to the place to even talk to her. You know, I hated the fact that I disrespected my grandma just to see how much love was there. That doesn't mean that they were flawless, because they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't take away the nature of we as men gotta step up, man. Especially as young black men, man. It's not easy out there for you. And I'm gonna acknowledge that. I'm not gonna come at you like, you better wake up, da-da-da-da-da. Cause I mean, that is an aspect of it. I got the right to, because it's true. But again, I always here want to offer a space for you to grow, bro. Loosen up. Take some of that tense out of you. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Get yourself straight. You know what I'm saying? Turn that music off where all it's talking about is killing and shooting your brother. You know what I'm saying? Turn that music off that's talking about laying down with a bunch of random women. Close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Go sit in nature. And get away from the people that's always trying to influence you to smoke, bro. I had a point in my life where I couldn't put that blunt down. Before school, during school, after school. It's amazing to me to know that most of the stuff that I did was 18 and then I stopped, but the life I got feel full. I feel like I did most of the stuff that people told me they was doing when they was adults. The crazy part is, man, you would look at me in high school and look at my circumstance, at least what my family had, and think, that young dude ain't doing all that. But, you know what I'm saying? I seen my best friend get shot. After, the outcome of him getting shot when I was 15, that just messed my brain up. You know what I'm saying? I remember how much hate I brewed up. You know what I'm saying? I remember the hate that I had because how situations played out with my father. You know what I'm saying? I remember the hate that I brewed up when I started seeing that, bro, this system it really feel like it's against me just because of the way I look. So I start having an attitude like I'm a book. You know what I'm saying? I'm a book. If you know what I'm saying? Then I had times where I would get straight like, bro, I ain't living right. And I could tell when I give up myself, I'd just be breaking down. You get to breaking down when you by yourself, bro, it's time to change some stuff, bro. Especially if you ain't really even on that type of spiritual path yet. But you just breaking down when you get by yourself, bro, that's your sign. Your soul, your heart is telling you we off. That soul is just running rampant. And if you imagine the soul, the heart just running down a road and just running different directions, ain't run down one path, it's just left, right. And then you get lost in the middle of nowhere and you don't know how to get back to your square. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, y'all do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this to somebody, you know what I'm saying, that need it. Because at the end of the day, bro, we gotta get to the space where we can get some resilience in you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being fearful and being scared and get putting on the shell like you straight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get straight. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The first place of any type of growth is acknowledgement. And the start is the start. If you don't ever start, you won't ever start. So start. Get on your journey, get on your path, bro. Forget everybody else. Let's get to it. Much love to y'all. Big love to y'all. Matter of fact, y'all tap in with your brother. Shalom.